Welcome back to the program. It's Friday. You know what happens around here on Fridays? It's Funny Fridays. We bring the headliner in from the Funny Bone. So if you want to laugh this weekend, we know exactly where to go. And this is the guy that's going to do it for you. Juston McKinney joining us in studio. Good to see you, man.
Nice to be here.
Good
Thank you so much.
morning.
Great to see you. How are you?
Welcome to the tundra. Or you're kind of used to some colder temperatures, aren't you?
I am. I live in New Hampshire, so
Yeah.
this is like a lateral move. like it's 25 at night, 32 during the day. Do you want to go where it's 25 at night and 32 during the day?
Yeah.
That's it. Pretty same weather. I looked at the two.
You don't have to change clothes or anything. Just
don't
wear
have to
your
change
normal
anything. Yeah,
duds.
exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
perfect.
Yes.
But this is a busy guy here, Jackie. I know, because over the next couple of days we're going to have some not so nice weather around here, as you're accustomed to. But people can actually go to the Funny Bone, number one. That's your first choice.
Yeah.
Go to the Funny Bone. Check them out tonight and tomorrow. Then, if you don't want to do that or don't have time to do that, you can turn the TV on and see on the tube too, right?
Yeah, I've got a new special on Amazon Prime called Parentally Challenged, which, by the way, everything I do at the Funny Bone this week will be different than that special. So if you see that special and think it's the same thing, maybe a couple bits might be in there. But now I'm working on the next thing. So yeah. But when you mentioned that weather, am I going to get out on Sunday? You just scared me when you said you got some bad weather coming this weekend because I haven't looked at the long term.
No, you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
right.
by Sunday they'll just say, okay, just let them go. Okay.
Yeah. They'll de-ice
You'll
the
be
plane,
fine.
you'll be fine.
You'll be
Oh,
fine.
man.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. But you said Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Again, a different place, a different platform for comedians to get their material on. What was that experience like?
It's changed. I've had two specials on Comedy Central, and that was a half hour and a 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I've done the late night stuff, and this was just when I was doing this new one. It's like that's kind of like where everyone's going now, Netflix and Prime. And it's good. I mean, I wasn't so crazy about their search engine. Like, my name is Juston, but it's with an O.
Right.
It's Juston because, as I say, apparently my parents were illiterate. Like, they literally didn't know how to spell. It's been a nightmare. Like, bank and hospitals, I've had to change documents. It's been a huge nightmare my whole life. And when you go to Prime, if you put in Juston with an I, which most people think it is,
it won't pop up.
My dad will text me Juston with an I, and he spelled me with an O. I'm like, you're annoying me. It's like, it won't pop up. And I'm like, this is a $1 trillion company, and what's going on? So I had to go back in, and I had to, as the cast, I had to put, it has Juston McKinney with an O and Juston McKinney with an I. So hopefully, so I haven't checked in, well, hopefully, like, you can kind of get there, but. Yeah, but that's been my biggest thing with it. But it's been great. I got, 20 reviews or something so far, and it just came out, and they're all 5-star.
Oh, nice.
Everyone. And I don't know any of these people. This isn't like my family.
Your mom and dad.
No, which, by the way, none of them even give me a review. No friends, no family. I'm like, you guys know what I do for a living? Like, I'm not going to ask you to do it, but I would just think if I had a friend that was, maybe I'd give him. And so I know none of them, but there's one guy who gave me 1 star out of all the reviews. So he literally, I would have a perfect 5-star review. So it's brought me down to 4.7 stars, technically. And I looked at it, and he literally said, I think his review was meh, M-E-H. And he said, sounds like someone who, jokes are boring, and sounds like someone who shouldn't have had kids, right? And I'm like, why, where were you 10 years ago? You know what I mean? But so you can look at what else this person reviews, right? And he reviewed a foot cream. Gave 5 stars. That foot cream, it says, makes my feet feel soft and smooth. Okay. And then some deodorizer where he says it smells nice in his apartment near his cat box. Like, so here's a guy living in his apartment with his dried up feet. Well, smooth after he got the thing. Telling me that I shouldn't have kids. And I'm thinking, I think your parents shouldn't have had kids. I'm hoping people like you don't have kids. I go, you know what I mean? Why would it, you know what I mean? It's like, but that's the thing. People have to be so negative now.
Yeah.
It's like, and there were 2 other comedians he reviewed too. He only gave them 1 star.
Uh-oh.
So,
he's a fun hater, it sounds like.
This is so funny, and it's going to tie right back into your last segment you had on the show. The 2 other comedians 1 star, didn't like him. RuPaul. 5 stars. I love RuPaul. So it's like, so I'm not your thing. That's okay. You know what I mean? You don't have to like throw. Anyway, I had fun with that and all that.
So the most fun part about this story is that you researched this guy and found out about him like this.
You know why? I do a year-end show in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We're in my hometown. Is where I was born, actually. I do this year-in review show, and it's a theater there. And I'm doing 3 shows this year, and I use slides and. and PowerPoint and stuff, and I go through the year. It's a new show every year in review, and I'm going to make that part of my show. So I think the slides, just to show the stuff and all that stuff. So I'm just incorporating it. Yeah.
Have you tried to communicate with this guy at all, or not?
No, I was going to give him free tickets. You know, yeah, have him come out or send him a hard copy, signed hard copy, 1 star. You know what I mean? Now, my kid could see that. I shouldn't have had kids. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about his cat seeing my little show that I'm going to do about him. You know what I mean?
Now, where does this guy live? Does he live close to you or not?
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. It won't tell you that.
It won't tell you that?
It won't tell you that. It just shows you like other things that people have reviewed. So it's kind of neat that you can go on and do that.
It is pretty interesting that we're all connected that way.
Yeah. But it was. But it's fun. I mean, look, the reviews that I got from people, they're really not. And anyone can go on and check them out. I mean, it's like it makes it. I'm glad I did it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I did it on that platform.
Now you mentioned you were on late night TV shows. I had a chance to jump into that arena. What Tonight Show?
I did the Tonight Show. I did it a couple times with Leno. I did it when Conan had it. Remember when Conan had it for a year?
For a year.
Conan O'Brien for that year.
Yeah.
I think I did the show on a Tuesday, and I think he lost the show that Thursday or something. So.
Okay, so you
I hope you guys have a job next week.
And so hopefully you weren't going, meh.
Yeah, we'll get on. We'll be the second meh.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, but people are going to have a chance to watch this a little later on today, too. This will be posted, too. We'll make sure that guy gets a copy of this.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Let him know what we're talking
Ruin
about.
my 5-star rating. Like, that would have been really cool to have only 5 stars. Yeah. One guy.
So, obviously, you love to talk about your parents and your specials about being a parent yourself.
Yeah.
Do you find the connections there at all by how your parents raised you and how you're raising your kids?
Oh, wow. You're opening up a can of worms because... not on this Parentally Challenged special, but my new stuff that I'm doing now is kind of about how different I grew up compared to my kids.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, my kids are so spoiled compared to me. Like, they have no idea. A perfect example, my 8-year-old just had a birthday, and, the day of the birthday, we sing happy birthday, we get him a cake, happy birthday, make a wish, blow out the candle. Then that weekend he has a party with all his friends. We go rent a place, it's like $300-400.
Right.
They're all there, sing happy birthday, make a wish. The next weekend is the family party. He has 3 birthday parties. He turned 8 years old 3 times. Gifts, birthday, making all these wishes. My dad, who was a homeless alcoholic, by the way, true story, got sober 10 years ago. I gave him his 10-year chip at AA this past year.
Wow.
Great story.
Good for
but
you.
when he first got sober, one of the first things he asked me was when my birthday was. Like, he didn't know, and I told him what it was, and he said to me, he goes, you know what? He goes, I'm never going to forget that for the rest of my life. He goes, I love you, Jason. I go, it's Justin. So, but I mean, just to give you an idea of how yes, and I had a very dysfunctional, it's dysfunctional, but I mean, look, it always could have been worse, and it made me who I am today. Like, that's where I get a lot of my humor from. I mean, my mom passed away when I was 6 years old, and my mom's sister moved in and ended up with my dad. Like, with my dad. You know what I mean? So, yeah, literally, like, as a little kid. And I say, oh, how was that? What was that like? And I go, hey, at least if my dad was going to end up with my aunt, it was my mom's sister, not his sister. You know what I mean? I tried to, like, look at it. As a kid, that was me as my comedic mind.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I could remember having those. So to think of, and you always want better for your kids anyway.
Right.
But they're just so spoiled, they have no idea. I mean, we rented a place this summer on a lake, and they had no air condition. It was during one of the heat waves. My kids have never spent a night in their life without air.
Oh, no.
Forget air, central air. It's like, and if you would have saw them trying to go to bed at night, they were like, what is this? I can't breathe. I mean, it was just so it's all about how they could, if you transported my kids back into my childhood, I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
and
see
just
how they handle it.
they would be complaining, this iPad stinks. I'm like, that's an Etch-a-Sketch. You know what I mean? It's like, are there any apps? Shake it. You know what I mean? Like, they're all free. Doesn't nickel and dime you for the rest of your life.
You can clean it easy. Perfect.
I love it.
All right, it's 8:20 right now. We're going to take care of a little bit of business. We'll be right back.